Sarah Landry and Amélie Lens played 11 tracks from the same producer in one Ultra set. He wasn't there, he wasn't booked. His music was everywhere and nobody in the crowd knew his name. That moment sparked one of the most honest conversations we've had on this podcast. Why do so many producers have streams but no bookings? Why does releasing more music keep making things worse? And what does a career actually look like when you build it the right way? Jobke joins me and Ralph to get into all of it. No shortcuts, no hype, let's go. Hello and welcome back to the Artist Coaching Podcast, the podcast for artists who are serious about their music career. I hope you're all doing well. It's just me for now, but we're waiting for Jay to join. I haven't heard from Ralph, to be honest. Oh wait, someone's here in the lobby. Oh, here's Ralph. Heyo.
Hey.
Oh, heyo. There he is. To fix the lighting.
Yes, it's a lot of work.
A lot of work. Look at him. How are you?
It's busy, man.
Busy.
Yep.
I can imagine. What makes it busy?
There's just always a lot going on.
It's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing. And also, well, to be honest, it's sometimes also just the timing of things. Now something just came up. I was actually preparing a little bit for the show now. But then something came up. Yeah, well, I was writing down some ultra music notes.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to congratulate you. I want to take like a special moment to congratulate you because, dude, how much support did you get at Ultra?
A lot, from a lot of angles. So I'm very happy about it.
It's quite insane, right? How many artists played your songs? 6, 7?
Well, not on Ultra Music. I actually have no clue because I gotta say it's hard to see because a lot of stuff doesn't get ID'd on 1001 track list because that's more focused on house and not the higher energy type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, by the counts of it, must be 6 or 7 sets that we came in. Yeah.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a
Yeah,
milestone.
we posted. We weren't there, but our music was.
Yeah, it's a good post.
Yeah.
Good post. I liked it. And also the clips.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Proof.
Yeah, I mean, comes to show that it makes you think sometimes. Is it about the music?
We can have a very good conversation about that because this week I had an epiphany, and we'll talk more about that. But first, we have a few things to tackle.
Now
first of all,
okay, you go first.
Yeah.
Well,
first of all,
you're not the head honcho here anymore. We kind of decided
no,
that.
I know you guys took over. Okay. Well, you welcome everyone in the chat then.
I can't see the chat, man. That's your job.
There you go.
That's also democratically. Yeah.
There you go. You fucked up. Anyway, welcome Alex Jensen, Melodramatic, Ben Singh, Mikey Foden, Kairos Music, Bit3 Music, Atalo. Hello everyone, Kushagra, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you all here. And first of all, I want a big shout out to Mr. Melodramatic. And the reason for that is because if you're in the Discord right now, you can actually see that the YouTube chat has been connected to our Discord, so you can chat in the Discord, and the YouTube chat and the Discord are simultaneously. So we get all the information in one place instead of 2 different chats and stuff.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty sick. So
we owe him a donation.
Thank you, Melodramatic, for that. We appreciate it, and we might build something more in the future. We're not sure what the options are when it comes down to Discord and YouTube, and what makes sense for us. But we'll see. For now, this works, and I'm very happy with that. So thank you so much, Mr. Melodramatic. We appreciate it. Engineering at its finest. Okay, Ralph. Ultra. What's your? Did you check some of the live streams or?
It's too much to check them all for the whole hour that they play, or sometimes 2 hours. But
Just browse through.
Yeah, definitely. And also with the help of 1001 track lists, it's a little bit easier, of course. When the guy on YouTube who has all the points in time and when he's not there yet, or she. But no, first thing, which was really great, is that we were supported by Sarah Landry and Amélie Lens, a brand new track. Not going to tell anything more about it. But what's more noticeable about that set, they supported one producer 11 times in that set. So 11 IDs one producer made was in that set.
Of who?
And
of Sarah Landry.
Yeah. And Amélie Lens, the back-to-back. Which was a cool set. 11 tracks. Yeah, and I forgot his name.
It's pretty sick.
It's
Why wouldn't
sick.
you book the guy then?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
That's why the question was, is it about the music? And the guy is Alex Farrell, and he's a really good talent.
I know the name. It rings a bell.
Well, no, it doesn't ring a bell in your book because you never heard of him.
Rings a bell, honestly.
Okay, well, it's a cool name. The name itself.
See me?
Yeah, no, we can see and hear you. But the lights...
No, hey!
Hey!
Sorry, continue.
Hey, turn the lights down low, please.
Exactly.
No, but Alex Farrell was supported 11 times in that set. And that it's really cool that he gets the acknowledgement by 2 champs in their field, Sarah Landry and Amélie Lens. It was an amazing set, and I love the energy really a lot. But it's still... then the question comes... Shouldn't Alex Farrell play there himself? If they play 11 of his tracks?
The answer to that question in the perfect world is yes. But in the world where we live in, I think that's not the case. And that's why this is happening.
It raises the question, is it about the music or not? How commercial are we? Are we going for the art and the craft, or is this just one big commercial, money-driven thing we're in?
I think right now
it can be something in between as well.
Yeah, but I think right now we're more tipping towards the commercial, money-driven thing. But I do believe that the future will be more focused around the art again. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. Months, maybe even longer than a year, because I talk to all these artists and everyone struggles with the same things. Spotify payouts are terrible, labels struggle, content sucks, we need to release music once every week, otherwise we can't keep up. Everyone burns out because they need to do content and music at the same time. And last week I had an epiphany. Last week every piece of the puzzle fell in place.
You can buy the book where he explains.
You can buy my course here. Yeah. Let me explain. It's a long story, by the way, so hold tight.
Okay, I'll go do a quick
you pee. It's fine. Yeah. It all started back in the day. Let's say the 70s, when music was still a scarce product. Right? There were 1,000, maybe 2,000 copies of the song released on vinyl. If you didn't manage to grab the vinyl, you were screwed. You couldn't listen to the song unless it was played on the radio. So when you were looking for music in the store, your discovery moment fell the same with the identity moment, as in the minute you discovered a new song, you also discovered a new artist because you saw the name on the vinyl, and some of the times there was some extra information in there in the album telling stories about the artist. So discovery and identity were simultaneously. Then the world became more digital until a point where streaming came in. And now identity is not the same as discovery, because people consume music passively on Spotify. So when I hear a song, I discover it. I have no clue who it is. Identity, right? So those things got attached, which means that you as an detached, yeah, sorry. Which means that you as an artist have a problem, because now a lot of people can listen to your music, which is the current state, as in a lot of artists have millions of streams, but no bookings. Why is that? Nobody knows who you are. It's an identity problem, right? Now, add on top of that, we add AI. Music will become even less scarce, right? Music has become like air. It's there all the time. We don't even appreciate it anymore. We just consume it, right? So it's not scarce. And if you look at human behavior, we value things that are scarce in life. If it's not scarce, we don't value it. So I think the goal as an artist and for the industry is for the future to go back to that model of making music scarce again, which means quality, which means depth. That goes to what Jobke and I had a discussion about last time. Like, it's time to really start focusing on your music again, on the art of things. Make great music again instead of volume, trying to keep up with the algorithms. Because the music is going to be the thing that's going to make you stand out, but it's most likely not the thing that's going to get you discovered. That is the thing that switched over the years, because the discovery now happens on social. That's where you build the discovery. That's where you build the audience. That's where you build the fan base, by showing a personality and building a genuine connection with your audience. And then once you have an audience of people who are actually interested in what you do, then you can sell them your music, because now they actually understand the story, they understand the artist, they understand the vision, and they are more likely to wait for the track a couple of months or weeks instead of being fed a new one every 2 weeks because the algorithm says so. I think that will be the sustainable model for the future, because one, you have to make better art. That is a good thing, right? Two, you have to build your brand on social. And three, it's more sustainable because your balance between time, as in music making time, and content time, becomes much more healthy. Because now you can say like, hey, I can actually free up some time to work on decent content, on good content, because I don't have to make music every single day to keep up with the algorithm. I don't have to bang out a song every month, right?
No, but I do disagree, because I'm a producer at heart. That's why I ask myself these questions, and I know we have a lot of guys and girls in our Discord asking the same questions. And most of them are producers, and also that's the passion we have. And if that's going unnoticed because we don't do enough socials, which also consumes our time and takes our time away from productions, then the production value will become less.
Yeah, you won't be discovered
in the
that
end,
quickly.
you will even say, man, fuck this shit, I'm done with producing, man.
Yeah. No, but to be honest, I don't see an option yet, and maybe a new platform will arise which help with this. But right now, I don't see an option yet how you can get discovered. Maybe SoundCloud is the best option for that right now.
It's
but
sometimes maybe just a little bit of a letdown that in this industry, the actors that really value music, you expect there's more of those than the commercial. Because I mean, art and being commercial sometimes kind of you have to force art upon people sometimes, for them to value it.
That's true. It's true.
But so my producer heart aches sometimes a little bit when I see the artists who are making the music are not there. And in the case of Alex Farrell, he will get there because the talent is there and he gets the acknowledgement. So, I mean, the girls really support him.
Does he want to be on stage? Do you know that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that sometimes is also the case, right? Like I also talk to artists who say, like you, for example, Ralph, who say, I just want to make music, don't give me a stage.
Well, but still, I have to team up with Marlon who does bookings, or else the payout would be, I might be dependent on a separate job, which is not not a big deal. I mean, that's okay, but still, now I'm able to put more time in the craft, and that is producing than it would be otherwise.
Yeah.
So
I think honestly, Jobke, you already changed your way of working and your mindset into this new way. Am I right?
Well, I think in general, like all that stuff is always gonna happen. Like like for a chef, McDonald's is like horrible, but more people love McDonald's than a single restaurant from a chef. So that's always gonna be there. I think what
Because it's
works,
made for the masses, you mean?
it's made for the masses. It's like, yeah, that's popular. Doesn't mean it's good. People don't also care about what they find fun. They don't really care about if something is low cost to make. I mean, they could care about it, but mostly it's like, hey, you see a funny video. I don't really care who thought of it. It's funny. I send it to my friends, and that's how it becomes
Mm-hmm.
popular. And yeah, you never know if they were the first one to think of it, because a week later you see 10 other creators making the same video. But what
Yeah.
I think is, it's one of those things where you can overanalyze everything that's on the outside and what others are doing, and like, oh, that works, so I should do that. I think what you should really do is build certain habits that can, and set goals and build certain habits that you always stick to get further, and not per se to those goals, although that's what you're aiming for. But I think then you're going to make some kind of a difference and find a way that works for you. And I think it's and that's what I see a lot also with like a lot of the questions and on Discord and in this podcast. It's so we're always over analyzing, or we're analyzing a lot of what's out there. And I think the only way you can counter that is just go, yeah, like from within. Like what can you add to the table, and that
Yeah.
can bring something
Oh,
unique. But
I
then
th-
there is the thing, you're fighting for all the attention. I mean, that's something you have to kind of accept, but that's the way social media was. Like, I remember getting like tens of thousands of likes on like a Facebook post or something. Now I maybe, if I'm lucky, get 10,000 views, back in the, like, it's just, there's so much more for people to see. That's
Mhm.
something you kind of have to just accept. And I think that's it's kind of like, also, if you see now, like people don't really care if the DJ made that music. Like, people don't care
No,
that
that's
much
that's
about
what
that
Ralph was
anymore.
talking about. As in, one DJ set played 11 songs from another DJ.
Yeah, I think I just joined. That's crazy though. That's like,
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
and that's, well, I've never seen that amount. It's like
that's crazy. Yeah.
crazy
That's
much.
half the set.
Hey,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a good thing. It was all good music. The acknowledgement is there, so it's not
Yeah.
all per se negative.
No.
But man, it would be weird to me if the guy's not
But that,
booked himself next year.
yeah, but that's the thing where that's the like, let's say the crowd doesn't really care. They
Well,
just like,
no,
hey,
but
that person's popular. I'll go to that.
okay, but
that.
this is art and maybe even cultural. I mean, sometimes
Mm.
there's like this shared responsibility to kind of be preservative of the fundamentals that make that scene and that culture and that
Yeah,
art, you know.
I think
So, but where
Richie
where does
Hawtin.
the responsibility lie? Because apparently the promoters and the festivals sometimes don't care. I mean, in this
Mm.
case, they don't. Maybe they do. I don't have all the data and numbers, but where does the responsibility lie? It's not with the public, in my opinion.
No, I think it is definitely with the DJs, but the thing of this industry, and that's why people say it's a shady industry, and it's like people say it's evil, because it's kind of like people that are like a lot of the money makers in this industry. They don't really care. They don't really care about. They're just like, hey, I'm making a lot of money. This works. The relationships with other artists or with the producers are kind of transactional. It's like, hey, I keep this guy as a friend because then I get something out of it, and I think that's just a bit the way the world also works.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a good thing, but I think, yeah, I mean, then if we're in the position, let's try and change it. Like Richie Houghton, I think is doing something where you can actively track or showcase like how which track he's playing. He's very
Yeah.
adamant about, I want to show people which producer I'm playing. He's really
Yeah.
like, but he's the only one that I ever heard think of something like that. But it's
Well,
like
let's say on socials, when you play somebody's track, do you always tag them? I mean, we sometimes do, we sometimes don't.
a lot of artists don't. Like that's
Yeah.
No, man, a lot of them don't, but
yeah, yeah.
we do think about that from time to time. But sometimes, because you're in the
But
process of posting, you just forget. Also, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but with a lot of artists, I think they're so self-obsessed that they think, and that's also the thing of if you become famous, and I've tasted a bit of fame, it's like you kind of think things happen because of you, and it's like all about you. You headline a festival and you think like, oh, everybody's here for me. No, man, it's not about you. It's about everyone there together making a
Yeah.
joint effort, and especially the crew and stuff. But that's something, if you're headlining, it can get to your head. And luckily, I think I am, maybe it's how I was raised. It's like, hey, keep your both feet on the ground. It's like,
Dutch.
yeah, Dutch, but even Dutch people are,
Yeah,
I've
true.
seen a lot of people starting to
yeah,
believe a little wee bit too much in themselves.
yeah, and
But
then
yeah, it's not
the
the
teams
most
around
romantic
them,
world, is it?
also start only saying yes, so they don't even get any backlash, or they don't even get any critique anymore, and then you really start to believe in yourself in a weird way,
Well,
like yeah, a skewed vision of the world you can get if you're not grounded, I'd say.
Ralph, you mentioned it's not the most romantic world, but I think we do approach a new era where it's going to be a little bit more romantic, as in where there is place for smaller parties with real crowds, real interest in who
Definitely.
you are, like
Yeah.
niche parties, right?
There's a lot of disruptance going on, and it's a really good
Yeah.
thing. And yeah, when talking about Ultra, what I kind of noticed, I mean, I had a few takeaways, and that's that the location is amazing within the big buildings
Yeah.
and the palm trees all over the festival grounds, which are cool. But music-wise, it wasn't the ID Fest I was hoping for. It was that the crowd was as old as we are, which is also a takeaway.
Yeah,
And
that's what
it
I wanted
felt
to
a
say.
little bit for me. Yeah, it felt
I can,
like for me like some sort of a throwback party.
yeah, that's what I experienced as well. Like a 2014 throwback party. That's how I experienced
Well,
it.
maybe not that era, but there were a lot of classics played. Not all DJs. There were a few that had some cool new stuff that I
Yeah.
really liked, and but there was also a lot of throwbacks, and which I'm also double about, because if I would be there, I would love it.
Mm.
But when I'm watching from home, which I was, I also want to hear new stuff that actually, especially as a producer, can
Ralph,
make me. Yeah.
I have to admit something to you, Ralph. I was listening to Hardwell's set, and which I thought was great, by the way. Good
That's
balance
what you have
between
to
old
admit.
and new.
You have to admit that you're so
No, that's not what I wanted to admit. I was checking his set and I heard a song. I was like, damn, this is a good song. Ended up being yours. Fuck. With the drums. It's yours, right?
Yeah, it's ours. Yeah, it's collab
Yeah,
with
I heard it.
Hardwell.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's a good track. And I was like, shit, it's
Well,
Bass
thank you, man. Yeah. Well, we worked hard on it, and we worked together with Robert, who I.
Is it with him? Is it a collab?
Yeah, it's together with him, and you know how I see Robert, and yeah, the guy still has it. He works his magic, and I can still learn from him. Technically, he's amazing, the best, maybe
Yeah,
not
but
one of
to
the
be
best,
honest,
but
like
the best.
I was talking to someone else earlier today about that. Like when you listen to a set, you want to have that moment where you kind of feel like, where you just have something like, oh wow, what's this? You know, like it kind of wakes you up in some kind
Yeah,
of
but I
way.
think Robert kind of nailed his set, because he did like the throwbacks, but also did some new stuff. I mean, his set is always an ID fest, and again was also something ID'd of Josh Letizier, which I like. And I
By the
love
way,
seeing.
Josh is in the chat and he's on his way to Asia again for, I believe, a 2 or 3 week tour. So
Oh
shout out
wow,
to
that's
Josh.
amazing! Yeah, hey, go get him, Tiger, and go
Yep.
get your food, because I see him make all the Thai food at home.
Yeah, he's a big curry fan.
No, but I like that Hartwell played the original version of Spaceman.
Yep,
And
really liked
I
it.
really liked it. I think he kind of nailed the throwback vibe and the new stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is, with the internet and how we're consuming, I think that's what is like I said before, Ultra, we were talking about the lineup, and I was like, they're kind of selling nostalgia. They're kind of
Yeah.
like selling the golden era of EDM, and that's what the people. That's why maybe there's an older crowd, but that's why the
Yeah.
people come to Ultra. It's like, hey, that was the era, and we're kind of romanticizing it over the top, maybe even. But I mean, it was a great era, but that's why that's being sold. So it's not really, or not so much, because of course it's still a groundbreaking festival every year. But like, it's not so much in the groundbreaking part on the main stage. That's where the nostalgia happens, and you tune in for, oh, remember that time. And I think that's happening because of social media more as well, because everything is being more documented. So you're kind of like, when that starts, when did that start? It's like, what, 2016, 17, we started documenting more and more. So it's more like,
No, but still,
that's
I
the
think,
nostalgia era of
yeah.
life. And we're always, maybe it's also a generational thing that we feel that way because we're now in our 30s and we have kids. So we're kind of like, oh, our 20s were the best, and the next generation will think that, and then
Yeah.
maybe it's a generational
No, but
thing.
no, but most of the festivals, also the big ones, let's take Tomorrowland, they programmed years back Charlotte de Witte as a closer. I think back at the time that was actually yeah, forward thinking,
Yeah, definitely.
and later on she proved to be the headliner. A lot of people already knew back then, and
Mhm.
but I don't see that at Ultra. Although it's also a little bit more American because you see. I saw, of course, Bizarrap and Skrillex doing the main stage really late, and some more which I forgot, but
John Summit.
a lot. Yeah, but John Summit's like worldwide phenomenon right now. I also liked his set, to be honest. It was amazing to see. I also liked Hartwell, the visuals he had with all the vocals in there.
Yeah.
I think it, because the stage doesn't really allow a lot of differentiating, but I think he also did a cool job. Was really interactive. But yeah, no, Ultra is like this fiesta of recognition, and also I think the Alesso Garrick set was like proof that I saw a few IDs by Alesso. One of those I really liked as well. But I'm not sure. But I think I missed. I didn't see a real Garrick's ID, which I was hoping for, because he always comes from an angle that makes me think like cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's obviously a really high anticipated set.
Yeah.
I
But
do
there
gotta
was a lot of
say,
nostalgia.
dude, the dudes share so many hits together, which was insane. If I would be there, I would go crazy. Swedish House Mafia, that was the weirdest one for me, because I wrote it down actually here. Because at some point they started, Axwell wasn't there. I think he missed why, but maybe he was sick or something, or missed a flight. But then they brought on stage MPH, and there were 4 tracks by him played. Then they had Boys Noise come on stage, and I love Boys Noise. Let's make that clear from the early stages on. But then he played 4 of his own tracks, Boys Noise set tracks. Then Kelly Lee, the same Afrojack, then plays 3 Afrojack tracks. Then Armand van Helden came on stage, and we heard around 3 or 4 Armand van Helden tracks. So I was thinking like, okay, where do Swedish House Mafia come in, you know? Because actually, to be honest, apart from the first 2 tracks, I hadn't heard any, but I still liked it. It was cool, but I kind of missed the memo. What was the thought about it, behind it? Then, of course, Fritz came on, which was awesome. And the 4 Swedes, although it were 3 Swedes, but they were united in being an early Swedish House Mafia member as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then at the end, they played Save the World, Don't You Worry Child, Calling, and the whole place went nuts.
Yeah,
And I think the whole of
like,
Florida heard people singing. And that's amazing. But no cool IDs, I have to admit.
yeah,
Which then also is a little bit of a shame. You just hope they come from a cool angle. But yeah, it was a cool site.
yeah, cool.
But I missed the whole
Are we production wise maybe reaching a certain level that people are less and less impressed by hearing new stuff? Because I remember like back in the day hearing like Body Rocks with Yeah Yeah, for example, or hearing Animals for the first time live or something like that.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa! Or what's the track? Valentino Khan did this. Just a lot of tracks where you were like, you heard it and you were like, whoa, even before you knew it. And that's also missing a little bit, or
Yeah,
they're
but
just
people-
overrun by all the noise.
Hey,
But I
when
think
Alesso
that goes
played
back-
the One Direction remix, man, that's such an amazing track.
But I think that goes back to the volume problem, as in, I think it still happens. I think Caramel is one of those songs that a lot of people experienced that with, that they heard it and it was like, whoa, what is this? You know, it's something new, it's something different. And because of the volume amount of tracks that producers feel like they need to release, I feel like they get less time to spend on the quality of the song or the uniqueness of the song. So
to
that's
be
why
honest,
it
it's
doesn't
more
happen
like
that often.
it's more like the technical thing. I think up until 2008, 9-ish, 10, a lot of stuff wasn't possible at home, from home. I mean, the abundance of tools you have right now to make music, and that kind of gradually was rising throughout 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so on. I mean, it's that technological advancement that allowed Skrillex to create the dubstep like he did, you know. And I mean, I think the technological advancement went from here to there at that time, and we're now here, and we're. I mean, it's a little bit. A little bit, but logically, but now with AI, who knows what we're gonna get?
But are we? That's why I'm maybe saying, are we reaching a like? Do we have like a creativity crisis, or do we have a lack of?
No. Because to be honest,
development.
No, but to be honest, dance is more healthy than ever, in my opinion. But there's so much more. I mean, if you go back to 2010, if you take then the 10-year-old ravers, not people who are 10-year-old, but people who were raving for 10 years already, there weren't so many people raving for 10 years. I mean, the people who were raving in 2001, in 2011, there was so much more, but they're still raving, you know. So now we have old ravers, we have new ravers, we have so many ravers. It's insane, actually, if you think about it. I mean, the dance landscape, electronic music, all the festivals, it's actually really healthy, but there's so much of it. And I think Ultra also just does one niche of that, you know?
I think it's more of an authenticity problem, as in, I think a lot of music is being made and the quality has got better and better, but I think a lot of people kind of got comfortable with the fact that it was so easy to make music and they didn't really got challenged to take the extra leap or do the different thing. Most of the time because that got punished by the algorithms, that got punished because you didn't get signed by labels. It wasn't very interesting to be different, right? Because what brought you that? Nothing. And that's why I think it's more of an authenticity problem, that artists didn't got a lot. How do you say it? Like there were no incentives to be unique, to go the extra mile. And I think that is about to change.
No, I really disagree. If you see all the new artists, I mean, Kiki sells out Ziggo Dome twice. That's insane, man. And if you see what Klankkunstler does all over the world, it's
but that's just a handful of artists within a whole industry.
Yeah, but still, and then you have all the old artists all still kicking ass, you know. I mean, it's all
but even within that genre, if I listen to a set of Kiki or whatever, to me it sounds like all the same.
Go back to 2015. Who sold out? Maybe who sold out the Ziggo Dome? Maybe Garrix, Hartwell sometimes, but that's about it.
No, but
Tiesto and Armin
I
could
think
do
because
still
the brands
big stuff, but they still can, and now you have so much more.
Yeah, but that's because the brands got bigger, especially through content. But I think the genre itself, if you listen to EDM in 2014, 2010, songs were all different, right? Like different emotions, different vocals, different types of sounds.
No,
Like
man,
One, for example,
yeah, but
or
still,
Spaceman,
It is.
or the
Yeah. I kind of. But that's I think what I also mean is like there was a hit by the Chainsmokers, and then every label said make that, make that, make that. That
yeah.
has now like exploded to even more extremes. I'm not saying there isn't new music out there, but I think that is maybe it's way harder to find artists that just like reinvent their
Yeah.
own music and themselves, and it's like a lot
And
of
that's
stuff
because it's
sounds
not
the same.
rewarded. It's not rewarded
Yeah.
to be
Mhm.
different.
I
No, it
mean,
is
Hardwell
rewarded.
played this tribal techno track, which I don't hear that much of. It gets rewarded. I liked it.
Yeah, it does. But now the
But
question is,
it's harder to revolutionize now. I mean, the first person who ever invented the super saw, and he made a track with the super saw. I mean, we now have a gazillion tracks with the super saw, but there's only so many waveforms and sounds to invent. I mean, we have invented so much stuff.
So it has
We're
kind of
down the
plateaued
line of that
technology.
learning curve so far.
But
And
that's what I mean with like that's why I think now as a producer it's harder to make people impressed by sounds, because inventing sounds is something that
yeah,
happened in the 80s when they're like, hey, there's a new synthesizer and they have this new thing with a
yeah, that's
cutoff
right.
filter, and that's why like now I
yeah,
think it's really difficult to reinvent. And
Yeah,
then there's all the noise of all the music that's out there and attention things, and so yeah, it's
yeah. So it might be interesting to see if AI can change that and can add like a new layer on top of production, which adds new options, new possibilities, new sounds.
I
Yeah, that
gotta
might
say,
be
what
interesting.
we're doing with vocals now, and also Jobke, because I heard his tracks as well. It's insane. It's insane that you don't need
it's
anyone
crazy.
for it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
Crazy, huh?
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys,
So
let's
sorry for
continue
you
because
vocalists. I mean, imagine there's like this vocalist podcast. I mean,
I mean,
they must be depressed, huh?
they must be
well,
crying. Yeah.
there's a lot of songwriters that are complaining about the use of AI, about they can't how do you say, make rent from their music. And it's kind of like, although I do like highly respect songwriters because they make songs, it's like a lot of your skill might become obsolete in the commercial market,
Yeah, but
and that is
still,
also reality for us producers. And
yeah.
it's like,
No, but then I
I
was making the point, is there not a shared responsibility that we
that's
make
yeah,
it so that the art stays existing?
yes, but
Yeah, maybe we're also demolishing as some sort of an
yeah,
art, you know? Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah, but
And
think
we're
so. Yeah.
just as guilty as everybody
yeah,
else.
but the
Yeah.
truth is, to support other artists, it costs money. It costs either money
Yeah.
directly, do you have to pay, or it takes away from your, let's say, hey, I don't want to play that festival because I play all this guy's tracks. He should play. And then you're like, wait a minute, I
That's my
still want to
money.
play.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, that's always going to be a
Yeah.
very tricky
True.
scenario, I
Hey,
think.
and
Let's.
also I wrote
Ralph,
down
Ralph. We have 20
yeah,
minutes left, so I'm not sure what you have to add, but we need to
one
go to
thing, man,
the.
because I sent it
Okay.
in the group chat. I actually liked it because I also saw on 1001 track list that there was this track by Afrojack, Guetta, and Sia. And I think Afrojack was so hyped about it that he played it, but I couldn't understand what the vocals were saying. And I think it was just a
Me neither.
gibberish version. It's
Now, as
early
some parts
stage
you
production.
could.
Yeah, I
Some
mean,
parts you could.
you know what a gibberish version is for everybody who listens right now? If a songwriter writes a track or they do a melody, they go just in, they sing verbs, but don't make real words yet. They kind of fill in some stuff, so you can sometimes make something out of it. It probably will go that direction, but it's still gibberish. That's how it
There's
works.
no lyrics.
Yeah.
It's still no
And the
lyrics. It's
idea is
just vowels.
The
And
idea is to find words that work really well and sound nice in certain places,
yeah.
and then build the text around those words, maybe. But that's one of the tactics some songwriters use.
Yeah, that's how it goes a lot of the times in the studio. And I think he just really was so excited about his track and it wasn't done yet, but he played a gibberish version. And maybe we can share the clip in our Discord, which is also a good reason for everybody who's listening, still not on our Discord, go over there.
Yeah,
And
very good point.
yeah,
I'll
we're
share
commercial as well,
the
man.
clip there.
Although it's all for free, but still. Yeah, but I kind of liked it, you know. I'm not sure about the track. It wasn't for me a Titanium, which is such a good track.
Yeah,
but maybe it's also a little bit unfair that you immediately go measure it.
It's again trying to feed off the Titanium effect, like the nostalgia of that. It's like,
but still, me as a fanboy also likes it. I did like the first half of Afrojack's set also really a lot.
But I think we have to all agree it will never be Titanium. It's just a tribute to.
No, so it's also unfair that you measure it up too. You're starting to.
Yeah, but it's made to feed off the nostalgia of Titanium.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Okay, guys.
But,
works both ways.
Let's continue.
Community questions.
First, we want to do a shout out to the producers that stuck with the 15-day music challenge in the Discord. That's Brian Andrade, Robin Knapp, Mikey Foden, John and Mr. Smith, Dotlow, Laura Intrust, and Kwawa. And especially to John and Mr. Smith for posting consistently. You guys have been doing a great job of making music 15 days straight. And I already saw messages coming in of people who didn't want to quit because it went so well. So they might continue the whole streak, I mean.
Hey, quick break. If you're an artist who's serious about growing his career, but you feel stuck and you don't know what to do, you feel overwhelmed, that's exactly what we help you with at Artist Coaching. At Artist Coaching, we offer one-on-one personal coaching for DJs and music producers who want to turn their passion into a sustainable career. Whether you're struggling with finishing your music, building your brand, or just figuring out how to stand out, we've been there and we can help. If that sounds like you, head over to artistcoaching.nl and book your free intake call so we can check where you're at in your career and see if we can help you. All right, back to the episode.
So thanks for joining, and know that there's more challenges coming in the Discord. If you'd like to join in the future, make sure to join that Discord, because that is also where you can send in questions for community questions. As always, we take questions in this podcast, which you can send into our Discord community, and then we'll answer them in the live stream. Let's go on with the first one. It's the 1st of April today. Let's go back a little bit. Here's a question from Aloe Vera. Why making artist coaching as a team and not by yourself? Because as artists, you already have a name already. I think I may know the answer, but I will appreciate it anyways.
I don't know
the question for you. Sorry?
What's the question? Why not make artist coaching by yourself?
As a team and not by yourself. Yeah, in my case, I like working with other people, and I like working with Ralph and Jay and Luke, and I think
thank you.
I'm a smart.
I like working with Joey and Jay, and
I think I'm a smart guy. I have stuff to add, but I know there's more people on the planet who also have knowledge. I think
the nice thing about this trinity of geniuses. No, that's a joke. No, but we all have our different insights and different views on what is dance music, what is producing, what is the mental aspect of it. So it's better that you're not like a dictator in this, but have different views on stuff. Because maybe you on the one thing you can side more with Jay and sometimes more with Joey or me, and that. I think that helps you better than you're just listening to one person.
Yeah, it's better to get multiple insights.
You're just way more stronger as a team. There's things where Joey sometimes, like after the episode, says, "Hey, maybe I want to do this," and then we're like, "That's a horrible idea," and then we'll come to something that is a good idea. No, but It's in general also for all your careers. Um, Even if you ask your mom for your music, to listen to it and give feedback, that could be she could be part of your team. You want to work together with people. You want to learn from others and see how others would maybe view it,
Yeah.
to get to a better product.
I always ask
Ne-
your mom for feedback, Jay.
It's the
Be
best
careful.
A&R.
Be careful now.
Very thin ice. Very thin ice.
Be careful.
Question
I'm
from.
almost at the 100 kilogram bench. So
Oh yeah, there you go.
no, not yet.
Question from Gastrop. Is it a problem that my artist name appears in another DJ duo's artist name? There's a Dutch DJ duo that makes completely different genre than I do, but their artist name also includes my name. I would prefer not to change my artist name, but I also don't want to cause confusion. I've tried to get in touch with them, but they don't seem to take it seriously. What would your advice be?
Yeah, we kind of had the same with Blaster Jacks, although
Yeah.
they
But the
came
same if
after
it's
us.
actually-
But
actually in
yeah,
there.
there was a lot of confusion there, and didn't always work out that well. But sometimes actually did. And yeah,
I see here Larstig and Gastrop.
yeah.
I think this
they-
comes down to branding as well. Like it could be, sure, it's always a bit confusion. There's always a bit of confusion when this happens, but I can also understand that you don't want to change your name. The good thing about algorithms and search algorithms is that if your name is findable, they will filter out the right name pretty quickly. So it's mostly about branding, I would say. It's pretty hard to not be found these days with all these algorithms. But sure,
Yeah,
it doesn't
although
help.
if the other ones get really big and you don't,
That's a problem.
then you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, you get buried.
Make sure to register your name if you ever want to sell merch.
No, man, because that's then you Gastrop actually might be this brand already.
Maybe.
Yeah, you should check.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a clothing brand or something. You should check.
It's also it's a bit one of those things where like if you're not really having any success yet, it's not really going to be an issue. So if you get bigger and things blow up and it's like, oh, there's this issue, you can figure it out then, I think. That's the time to worry about that. I think now you have a name that you probably love, stick to it, bring music out under it, keep going. And like Joe said, with a different branding, it doesn't matter. If it ever gets to legal shit, you're probably already at a big enough thing for people to even consider contacting a lawyer or something. And then you can figure it out, let's say. Yeah, but for now, I don't think it's a big issue.
Question from L. I think I caught an ID of Ralph's at UMF Miami. I know Ralph can tell. I think he can. But my question is about logistics, branding, and artist franchising. Is it common for a duo or group to tour simultaneously under the same brand in different global locations? For example, could we see the Swedish House Mafia brand active at 2 separate venues on the same night, but with only one member performing at each? But when they split, they started performing under their solo aliases. Or Chase and Status, saw them in London a couple of years ago, smaller venue, and there was only Chase present.
Yeah, well, you sometimes see that if one of the two is sick, like Willem of W&W was sick the other day, and then only Ward had to play, but they didn't play 2 stages simultaneously. Who are notorious about it is Vini Vici. They play most of the time alone, and also at the same time. Oh, they do also? Yeah, they have the big masks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
It's a commercial choice for artists, and I think it's probably they have to figure it out legally with the venue. And so I do know that for like Vini Vici, let's say they are booked by Tomorrowland, I'm pretty sure that Tomorrowland would say like, yeah, but we want them both. Certain venues will kind of...
No, they play just one.
Well, it could be, but sometimes it depends on the venue. Sometimes venues want the both of the artists, but yeah, it depends on the group. And it's
as long as you're
where,
upfront about it.
Yeah, it's smart. Logistically, it's I mean, amazing. You can you can make double the money on the
Yeah,
same night.
It's
It, it's
the
it's
most. It's insanely good, if you can
yeah.
put it
So
up.
it's like if yeah, I don't really have an opinion about it. I'm like, but it happens. So the question is, yes, that's what DJs duos definitely do.
yeah. A question from Laura in Trust. How hard is it to found your own label, and how expensive is it? It's cheaper if you do it alone, I think. Well, it's not very expensive because it's pretty easy to set up your own label. It's just not very valuable, I would say, as in doesn't really make sense in these days to start your own label. And the label model, the earning model is broken. It's very hard it takes a lot of time to sign other artists, to do the marketing of the
Yeah,
tracks properly, to do the promotion.
yeah, but
It's
that
one of
always
the
was the case.
Yeah, but I think
Um,
that's one of the things a lot of artists forget about when they start thinking about setting up their own label. What you actually do is you start a second business, which requires a lot of time and attention to build. And for most
thi-
artists, it's already a lot to build their own careers, right? So
think of
I
why. Think of the reason behind the label. I think like I have my own label, but it's for my own music, so it's really just more of a
yeah,
logistical solution.
and you have it
Um,
with a distribution partner.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what you
Yeah,
need.
but
But
that's not
like
that hard, right?
that's easy. That's like
Yeah,
oh, it's like an upload on SoundCloud. You just have to fill out a bit more, let's say, paperwork, but
yeah,
nothing too crazy. But if you want to release music of others, you have to really think about why do you want to do that? Do you love going through thousands of demos? Do you love paperwork? Do you love music rights? Maybe you do. Maybe you're really talented with all those things. And then, but I've known from people who started labels who were always against bigger labels for the how what they charged. So like the percentages, it's unfair. We're gonna do it differently. And then you speak to them 4 years later, and you're like, "Hey, I thought you guys were gonna do it differently." And they're like, "Yeah, we figured out it's quite hard to make any money
yeah,
with all the staff you need and all the lawyer costs and whatever." So yeah, it's like Joey
yeah.
said, it's a whole different extra business.
It's an extra business, so consider it before you get started. Because if you just want to release your solo releases, you can either go to DistroKid or TuneCore. It's much
Yeah,
easier.
but you can still
Uh,
set it up as a label. So you can
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
import
agree
the
with Joey.
label,
I
and
would
that's
set up your own label and
yeah,
release your own music.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's much easier. Okay, question from Santino Gigante. Maybe it's a lot in one, but I feel like this is important right now. Everyone sees the hype, like James going all in. I'm going all in or nothing. But he also said that mindset can burn you out and that a lot of people in the scene are just faking it. So, what are artists really getting wrong when it comes to making money and building something sustainable? Because some think it's just time, others think it's posting more or chasing perfect content. But then you hear James hype, I think, say you've got to step into confidence before you even are that person yet. That takes time, but also real work. So how do you actually guide artists to balance all of that? Time, quality, consistency, mindset, without them losing themselves or running on fake energy. And with social media pushing constant comparison, how do you help them turn that pressure into fuel instead of letting it kill their confidence and distract them from what really matters long term? Okay, long one, but I can answer this. Um, it really comes
Luckily, you
down
can
to,
answer this because I can't.
yeah, I know you guys were like,
Good
what's
luck.
this?
I have a part answer, but go ahead, Joey.
Okay, at least I can give you the way of how I work with clients when it comes down to this. And one of the first things I want to get clear with clients is that this is a marathon. It's a long, long game. It's not a monthly plan, it's a yearly plan. And I want to reframe the mindset that the fact that it's that being consistent is more important than like burning out, right? Because you want to go hard. It's consistency over intensity. And you can be intense if you have all the time, but most of the artists I talk to have side jobs, have full-time jobs, have families. So you don't have that much time and you can't do all of the things at the same time. So it's better to be consistent and create structures in your life, systems in your life, which lead to you actually being able to do this for the long term than it is to now go hard, completely burn out, and start all over again in 6 months. So the consistency part and adapting behavior and adapting habits that support that is the key to success, I would say.
Yeah, and I'd like to add, because you ask what are artists getting wrong when it comes to making money. I think money, at least for me, that's how I approach it. How I've always done it. Money isn't the end goal or end product. And you should always make money because you need to sustain your life, pay your rent, pay for food, etc. So you need to make sure that you got something in place that makes you money to be able to live, and on top of that build your career, but not with the end goal to be like, my career will be very fruitful financially. I think that's the, because then you get a lot of disappointment, especially in the early years, and that might set you back mentally. So what I always do is like, I go all in on my career, but I'm making sure financially I'm stable on the side. So before I had a career, I was like going all in on music, but I had a job. I had a job on the side to make sure I got what I needed financially so that I could fully focus on what's important in my art, in my music. That's my mindset. And that might not work for everybody, but I think it's a healthy mindset to be like, hey, every money that I make with it is kind of a bonus. Yeah.
It's a much more sustainable mindset, I would say. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you just burn out because the financial stress gets to you at some point.
And it will get to you, but then you
Yeah.
kind of can, work with that. It's not
Yeah.
like it's constantly a big pressure.
I skipped a question from Atalo. What quality are you importing tracks on your USB stick? MP3, WAV, or IFF?
Wave.
Wave? Euro? Oh, wait,
Wave after wave.
Wave after wave. Midnight Surge. I
SoundCloud
saw.
rip. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, still make a wave out of it.
128.
I saw a video on
Got it.
YouTube. And it says document your life as people connect more with humans rather than posting studio process when you don't have a following. But why would someone be interested in me if I show interests like drawing or showing another hobby? Does it not will connect people who don't have anything to do with my music and just came for the hobby? For example, Jay playing golf and post about it. I think this goes back to how we started this podcast. As in, the game has changed, and the reach nowadays comes through content, and you want to build a relationship with your audience, and relationships and connections get built through relevance and through interests that you share. So for Jay, for example, golf, if you're a golf player as well, you will probably connect easier with Jay than I do, because I don't care about golf.
He has a lot of really old fans.
Probably a lot of 50-plussers, yeah.
I'm getting more popular with my golf stuff lately. It's
Aren't you booked in Benidorm last time?
I was.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why it's important to show a bit more about your interest, and why it actually doesn't matter is because once those people start becoming a fan of yours, if it's because of golf, drawing, or whatever, you have their attention and you have a connection, and now you can start talking about your music. So your content is more of a gateway to the music instead of anything else.
Yeah, and don't get too hung up on people telling you in YouTube videos what you have to post. And even us were saying this, but you need to also make sure that you really stand behind what you do. If you're like, I really don't want to film myself, maybe don't feel like you have to do stuff, but you might have to find another way to grab
also just
attention
try
that
to
we
get
don't
out
know
of but do try to get out of your comfort zone, but do it in a healthy way.
For sure. Yeah, but maybe you can find another way to
Substack, write articles.
We don't know
an
yet.
option.
Posting is not the goal. It's spreading the music and the vision you have for performance and all that kind of stuff. And posting is just another means.
Hey, but
to do
maybe
so.
you can like start doing backflips on Dam Square in Amsterdam every day, and eventually people will pick up on it and they will film you. they'll do it for you. I'm just saying something weird, but that's, you can think outside of the box, and don't let any YouTube video tell you there's only one way or you have to do it this way. That's just
There's
an
never
option.
one way. Always options.
My
only
way
the
or
hard
the
way.
highway. Oh,
Last question from Future.
do we have cricket sounds under a button?
Yeah, I think I should edit because it gets worse and worse each week.
My way or the hard way. Oh, man.
Question from Future for Jay and Ralph. Do you have any advice on how loud the level of your sub bass so that it works well live?
Over
There's
9,000.
Yeah, a gazillion. No, there's no. It's all about balance. And but please, if you have some metering going on, try to get around -5 loves, and you'll be all right
Okay.
for your whole track.
If-
But your sub, it's all just a feeling, man. And get some references of tracks you think are really cool and in the same key or not, but. Yeah, that are you need references to. It's all relative. If you listen to a really fast track, let's say 200 BPM, and then you listen to something that is 150 BPM, you will think, oh, this is really slow. But if you first listen to something that's 130 BPM and then do it, it's really
there's
fast.
no one way to mix or one level that you can always set it to. It's always going to be different per track. But references are really helpful. Like just drag them maybe in your project.
Important as fuck.
Yeah, but like maybe you can find a track that you're like, hey, this is amazing. Everybody plays it live. Drag it into your project and just A/B test. So you're like, hey, listen to that, and then my track, and then why does it not have the same energy?
And
sometimes you won't figure it out.
If we haven't answered your question, make sure to drop it in the Discord, because those are the questions we tackle first in this podcast. So if you haven't entered the Discord yet, make sure to go there and drop the question for next week. In the meantime, I haven't seen it because I was watching the chat on Discord and not on YouTube. Mr. Melodramatic dropped another donation of $100. Thank you, my man. We appreciate it.
Man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for all the help with
he's a
with
part
the chat
of
and
the team,
stuff.
you know.
Yeah, he's helping right now. It's amazing. He says, cheers to the collective and sharing the same vision on how to keep the industry alive. This is why I'm never giving up on making music and supporting everyone. Nothing is a competition and everyone rises to the top together. Appreciate all you guys do. We appreciate you,
wise
my
man.
Thank you for being here. One last thing I wanted to show before we go and end this episode.
Yay!
I completely forgot about the retreat. I completely forgot to mention it.
Dude. I thought
we have this retreat coming up.
I assumed you already mentioned it because I was late.
Nope, but I fucked up. We have this real life retreat coming up, the Beats and Band retreat. It's going to happen in about a month in early May. And it's going to include Ralph, it's going to include Jay, it's going to include me and some A&Rs from the industry, where we will sit down in the Bassjacker studios
A&Rs,
for
the best of the best.
A&Rs. Where we will sit down for about 2.5 days together in real life. We can touch each other. It's going to be fun.
Dude.
It's going to be very fun. We can smell each other. We can touch each other.
Only with consent.
Yeah. And we only have 3 spots left. 5 are confirmed right now.
Let's go.
3 spots left. So if you're on the fence, if you're not really sure if you go yes or no, 3 spots left. So you know there's not a lot of room. There's only 8 people max, so it's going to be fun. That's my show. Is there any other show?
We can then talk about my new track in that weekend. It's called Into Orbit, and it's coming out this Friday. You can pre-save it already if you want. But it's also in my YouTube set that I dropped that has over 100,000 views. Hey.
What? Your YouTube set?
Dude, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Dude, that's pretty sick. Which bot farm did you put on it?
It's called Google Ads. But I still think, like, for the amount that I put on, and I won't put exact numbers because it's maybe not that, I don't think that's very relative, but it's not a crazy amount, and I did get like a lot of views, so that also means that the people that it's showed to actually care about it. So
what's the retention rate? As in, how long do people watch? Do you know?
Something like 8 to 10 minutes, I think.
Oh wow!
Average watch time, but it's a set of 45 minutes. So I guess a huge chunk of the people just put it on the background or something. So then
Yeah, but it's pretty long, 8 minutes. Like
yeah, but that's why the average goes up, of course. So there's probably people
Yeah.
that don't really watch it or the first minute, and there's people that watch the whole set. So
okay,
yeah,
nice, man. Ralph.
No, I'm done. It's the time. Next time.
Okay, perfect. Thanks everyone for watching the live stream, joining us here, and leaving the questions in the Discord. We will be back next week, fresh as always. And thank you all for being part of the community and everything. See you all next week. Bye bye.